What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great Taco Tuesday. I guess they're not so much in Philly land, and I'm hoping to get in touch with my buddy Game Time Brian and check the pulse, because he is in the belly of the beast right outside of Philadelphia, and see how they're doing over there. You know, I tell you, it's kind of cool. It is kind of cool because I'm watching, you know, I'm up here working. I've got these are the doors for my cabinets over here, the built-in bookcases that I've built, and making the cabinet doors and stuff, getting them painted so I can put them up and make this look like a studio. You know, I'm really proud of this place, the way it's turned out. And I've had the shows on, and it's almost comical because, you know, here it is. I'm listening to Shady, and what it reminds me of is the movie Titanic. Now, I don't know if the movie Titanic is exactly how it was. I don't know if the band was still playing as the ship was going under, but literally, Shady McCoy is like the band. They're still playing the music as the water starts running up on their feet. And that's Shady. Shady's like, man, he's like, last year they were what, 14-3? It's like, first of all, like he wasn't even sure. He couldn't even tell you what their record was. He said, and this year they're going to be 13-4? I'll take it. I'll take it. And it's like, you're assuming that they'll be able to beat some bad teams. As in the Giants, which have been playing better, that would love to do nothing other than ruin your season before they go into the offseason. And the Cardinals, which have been playing better with Kyler Murray. You're assuming that. But you can't look at this and say, you're happy with what's going on. I mean, literally, every time I turn around, somebody else is to voice some stuff that just make it look and sound even worse. But Shady, he's the number one cheerleader for them. Now, I don't know how it is that, you know, you're doing shows and it's all about being a cheerleader instead of actually getting you the sports news. So I don't understand that, but hey, what do I know? I'm a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll who's here painting and building cabinets. But here's the other thing. Actually, I want to address something else too. Here's where, when shit starts going downhill, a lot of the things that you did and got away with sometimes come to light. I thought it was actually comical because, you know, we've got everybody talking about, oh, how good the brotherly shove is. Oh my God, they perfected it, man. Nobody can stop that and everything else. But you saw, and I almost want to go back and look. I don't know if anybody's got a video out there of all of the brotherly shoves every time it's worked, but before the play starts, how many times has Kelsey moved the football? Because here it is. Now, I mean, come on, let's be real here. It was, what, third or fourth down and, you know, almost a yard. Before the ball snapped, it's about 6 inches, and he got caught. And if you don't know, and see, here's the thing. When I say they've perfected the brotherly shove, they've have definitely perfected how to cheat with it. Because he did it so smooth. Okay, see, like, for example, if you've seen the Dallas Cowboys shift, okay, right? You've seen that. We used to do that in high school because it was big with the Cowboys back then. But it's not just, here's the thing, it's not just about going up and going down. What it actually was, it was also shifting a little to the left or a little to the right. So let's say you've got a 31Z coming right here between the guard and the center. What you would do as the guard, you'd come up and you would cheat out just a couple inches, real subtle, that they don't necessarily know that you're actually widening the space right there. So that way you got a little more crease. And hopefully that guy kind of slides out with you. And see, that's what Travis Kelce, not Travis, his brother, what he did. See, and you can tell that this isn't the first time, that this wasn't by accident. Because when he came up, let me make sure my pants are pulled all the way up here, because I know some of y'all really like seeing my ass. But when he came up, you'll see how far towards the ball he gets. See, let me move the camera. See, this was perfection. Exactly how he did it. It's just finally one time they decided to call it. And most of the time you don't see it from that angle. But see, the ball was right there. When he walks up to the ball, he's like almost even with it. He comes down and leans back. He leans back here and then kind of slides into his position. He slid that football, boom, just real easy. Because he went from rocking back to rocking forward. Now, truth be told, when the ball is there, all the centers kind of moving around and, get to the laces of it, moving around a little bit. But he moved it a foot and a half further. And you can tell that ain't the first time. So I'm betting he's been doing that stuff a lot. Now, what happens sometimes is a team notices another team doing these things. They see it on film and they say, hey, man, okay. And they wait until the game and they tell the refs, hey, ref, watch them. Watch them when they do the brotherly shove, okay? Watch how Kelce moves the ball forward. They plant that in the mind of the official, the line judge. So now, as they're getting up there, brotherly shove, oh, wait a minute, let me look at this. Was there something to that? And bam, that's how you get caught. That's how you get caught, because the other team has been studying you and what you've been doing and how to break it up. And so, yeah, that was one of those subtle little cheats that the Eagles had that now they don't get away with. So now, and this is the other thing that's funny, is as I look at the Eagles season, here's the real problem with the Eagles. And I know people are going to say, you need to worry about your own team. Well, I have to worry about the Eagles because the Eagles are in the way of what I want my team to have. I'd love to be able to get the number 2 seed. I'd love to get the number 1, but that's not going to happen. We need San Francisco to lose 2 games. And that ain't going to happen, I don't think. But then again, they could lose to the Rams. They could lose to Baltimore. I don't know. This season has been so crazy, I didn't think the Eagles were going to lose to Seattle with Drew Lock. But see, here's the thing that happened to the Eagles is, and I remember after the 2016 season, see, the Dallas Cowboys had a great season because we came from a 4-12 season to 13-3. And Dak Prescott, rookie of the year, player, Zeke Elliott, rookie offensive player or whatever it was, and so on. And you looked at that, with Scott Linehan and things. They said, man, we got a young quarterback who's really good. We got a stud running back, and we ended up going toe for toe with Aaron Rodgers. Dak Prescott, 304 yards, 3 TD passes. We're not going to change anything. We're good. But see, here's the problem in the NFL. In the NFL, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And teams study what you do in the offseason and figure out how to counteract it. And see, this is the problem. The Eagles got rid of their offensive coordinator, the mind that was actually coming up and being creative. And this is like the water boy when dude just kept using, Henry Winkler's old plays. He couldn't come up with anything new. And that's where the Eagles are now. And defensive coordinators, and I remember telling you guys this. I said, look, Jalen Hurts, they are sitting there clearing out the middle of the field, and Jalen Hurts just running right ahead. I said, I can guarantee you one thing. I said, Jalen Hurts may run for a lot of yards, but I guarantee you he's not going to get as many free runs up the middle because defensive coordinator is going to say, you're not going to run right up the middle on me. And that's one of the things that's happened. And so now you're seeing the Eagles didn't change much up. They're still trying to chase and do the things that they did last year. Last night, had they just run the football, there in the end, they go away with an ugly win, but a win. Instead, they're launching the ball deep and throwing interceptions. They cost themselves the game more than the Seattle Seahawks beat them. Seahawks played good football with inferior talent. And you're sitting here looking at the Eagles, even though Jalen Hurts was sick, they had just as good a wide receivers. They had a better tight end. They had a better offensive line. I mean, they had better personnel, definitely a better quarterback, although Drew Lock looked better than Jalen Hurts did. And so all these things start adding up. And the Eagles, as I've been saying, they're not that good of a team by the way they have been playing all season. You think about the Commanders that have now benched their quarterback, okay? The Commanders that fired the defensive coordinators. The Commanders who we all know that Ron Rivera, Riverboat Ron, they ain't gambling on him anymore. His ass is out. That team scored 31 points on you, not once but twice. And not in garbage time, mind you. You had to come back to beat the Commanders in overtime in one of those games. And the other time, had Terry McLaurin caught that fourth down catch, you guys lose. Yeah. So Eagles, things are getting hard out here for a pimp. Alrighty. Now I got enough space so I can paint the other ones. Yay! We're going to keep in here working on this shit to get her done. But doesn't that look nice? Doesn't that look picturesque there? All I need is some snow. But the candles in the windows, you see the trees out there and stuff. It's kind of pretty. And then I look over at my bookcases and stuff. It's nice. All right, peace.